I got an early bird. Welcome, welcome. Mr. Bryant can't hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, how you doing tonight? Sound a little fuzzy over there. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your face fine.
Drop a one in the chat if you can see my screen. Sound real static, yo. Okay. See my screen. All right, I'm gonna see if I can mute you out. If you can mute your mic, please. Got a few more people supposed to be hopping on. We're gonna get started very shortly. Give them about 3 more minutes at the most. Got a few more people hopping on. So make sure you got your pen and your pad ready. You put your thinking cap on. We're going to work. If you're feeling real good tonight, let me get a number 7 in the chat, please, ma'am. Feeling real good tonight. Get a okay, I see the chat getting litty. Okay. Ready to learn, huh? We're gonna get you some leads and some sales soon off this training right here. Let me check the chat. See what they're doing in the chat. All right. We'll give them about 1 more minute. Okay, I see Ms. Moore. Welcome to the call, Ms. Moore. See you.
Thank you.
All right. we're gonna get started in a second. Waiting on a few more people to hop on, but I don't want to waste too much time. There's a lot of information to cover, and I don't want to be too long.
Right.
I can tell you now it's gonna be about an hour, a strong hour, not a long hour. It's gonna be a strong hour.
Right.
I'm gonna try to get it done in an hour. I can do this for hours, I tell you. See, like my post the other day, you in car, you driving?
Kind of cutting in and out just a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I see you driving.
Yeah.
Well, no worries. We are recording, so it'll be in you catch the replay.
Yeah, I will. I'm still gonna be on, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and catch the replay so I can take notes and stuff.
Right. All right. Well, you can go ahead and mute out for me. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. The rest of them.
Okay. All right.
Some water. So if you can see my screen, let me get a 1 in the chat. If you can see my screen, let me get a 1 in the chat. Appreciate you coming out tonight. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with the Rules of Engagement Academy. We're going to do this mastery training tonight. My name is Michael Douglas. I'm your trainer. And I want to go ahead and get right into it because there's a lot of information to cover. So that being said, get your pen pad ready. So the first rule is clean up your page or start a new one. If you're an entrepreneur, you definitely want to have a clean page. You know, you don't want to have a lot of ratchetness or whatever you want to call it, negativity, none of that stuff. You know, you want to get that off your page. If you don't get it off, just make a new page. So, you know, you definitely want to look professional. On your profile pic, you definitely want to have a smile. Like I got on my picture right here, you can see I'm cheesing pretty good right there with my first edamame and dumplings on my profile. So it's kind of showing a little bit of my lifestyle right there on that profile pic. You want to have something like that that's going to be attractive to people. So if you can get a pic, say if you're doing a speaking event and you got the microphone in your hand and you're speaking to the crowd, your audience, that'd be a great profile pic to have because it positions you as a leader. One of the main problems I see with online entrepreneurs, they don't have the right positioning and authority. You know, it's a little deeper training. We're not going to go into all that, but you definitely have to have it if you want to be successful online. So if I go out, drop it in the chat so I know I got a unstable connection. Sorry about that. But moving right along, yeah, you want to have a professional photo for your profile cover or something that's going to be attractive. You definitely have a big smile if you can. If you have like not necessarily dressed up in a suit or a dress or whatever, but something professional looking. And definitely want to see you fill out this bio information. You want to fill out everything on there because the more you fill out, the higher you'll score with the algorithm. So they want to have all your information. You see, I got a lot of information filled out on mine. You definitely want to do that because the more you fill out, the higher your algorithm score will be. So definitely want to have your bio complete. You want to have something compelling or thought-provoking, action-taking. See, I got mine right here. It says trader, digital marketing consultant, online revenue acceleration coach, trainer, lead generation expert. Those are my fields. So basically branding myself with my intro. And back up here to the cover photo, you want to brand yourself with that. Probably can't see the head, but that's a picture of Kobe and Nipsey hustle. I wouldn't normally recommend doing this type of thing, but every now and then I'll change my cover photo and my profile sometimes, because once you put different captions on them and have different calls to action in them, on them as well, and then people, you could actually start conversations with people like that and end up, closing the sale. So this, back to the cover photo, you want to have something that's branding you. And I see a lot of mistakes, a mistake a lot of marketers make, especially MLMers. They're branding their company instead of branding themselves. But the thing about it, people join people, not companies. So who cares what your company is? What can it do for them? That's the station they're turned into. What's in it for me? That's what they're thinking. So you might want to write that down if you can. What's in it for me? So you have to keep that in mind. That's the station that they're listening to, WIFM. So with this, I see a lot of people like to flash cash and stuff like that. I never would teach that. Or a lot of people have the big cars or the big house, but they don't own it. Now that stuff is good and attractive, and it kind of helps brand you because, it lets people know that you might be a leader, or somebody they could look up to. But a lot of times people use it with that. You definitely want to have something that's authentic. If you got a new car, you want to use it for your background, be my guest, go right ahead. But you definitely want to have something that's attractive, and you want to look like a leader. You want to look like you can solve people's problems, but you don't want to come off too salesy. So that cover photo, and then using the cover photo, you can download an app called Canva, and you can make some awesome cover photos with the graphics and the tools that they have on Canva. That's CANVA. You're not familiar with Canva? They're great for cover photos. So again, I said you want to definitely fill out as much information over here in your bio as possible because you're going to get a higher score. And you definitely want to use, compelling or action-provoking descriptions in your bio. I usually like to start off with this next section with the don'ts. What I see is a lot of wrong things that I see. I like to start off with that. Before going any further, we're going to talk about mistakes, some of the most common mistakes that I see. And I see if you can hear me, drop a 1 in the chat. It's saying I'm having this unstable connection. Okay, I see you. All right, so back to mistakes. One of the main mistakes I see is if you run a business, you want to have your profile public, and you definitely want to have your post public. The way you see this globe right here on this post, instead of seeing the icon with the 2 people, or the private icon. You definitely want to have it post public and your page public, because the algorithm only shows about 2% of your audience, your posts to begin with. So that's a really, really, really low organic reach. So definitely want to have your post public and your profile public. That's probably the main mistake I see a lot of marketers make, like who you're hiding from. And another one I see a lot is tagging a whole bunch of inactive, non-engaged people. You don't want to do that because Facebook's going to limit your reach. And besides, it's not effective marketing. You have to build up a know, like, and trust factor with people, and aggravating them by tagging them in posts that, with people they don't even know. That's not the way to do it. So you definitely want to start tagging multiple inactive, non-engaging people, because it's only going to limit your reach even more. Another mistake is putting outbound links in the caption of their posts. Now, Facebook will definitely limit your reach, especially if your links are real shady. Like if you're gonna do it, you definitely have to have quality links. But I recommend not doing it at all, not putting it in the caption. What you want to do is post, and then come back and put your link in the comments. It's a real nugget right there. A lot of people don't know about that, but they mess up their reach by putting outbound links in the caption. If you go back and look at your posts if you ever made that mistake, you'll see how few likes and engagements that you get on those types of posts. Because Facebook runs off of paid advertising, not free advertising. So they don't want to help you take people off their platform. They want to keep people on their platform so they can pay their bills. Another mistake I see is posting nonstop. It kills your reach. I know a lot of people that post 10, 20, 30 times a day. So not realizing, not getting those likes is basically your posts are competing with each other in the algorithm. So you don't want to be posting on top of each other. You want to spread your posts out. I like to limit my posts to about 3 times a day, because the way my audience is set up, it's a lot of my audience works, so they get online early in the morning, and then maybe around lunchtime, and then after work. So I like to post around those times because I know my audience is going to be more likely to engage with my material. Now, that first morning post is known to be the most high engaging post, because everybody usually wants to get a kick of Facebook in the morning, and they might get back on, they might not, but that morning post is usually one that really does well with the algorithm. And another big mistake I see is people that don't engage with their audience. Now, you can't expect engagement if you don't give engagement. That's the law. Put it out there, and it comes back to you. It's the same thing online. So you have to engage with your audience if you expect to receive engagement. So I think that's, yeah. And the last most common mistake I see is the pitching. People constantly pitching. Check the chat real quick. Good evening, readers. Welcome to the call, Mr. James. I see you. So, yeah, number 5. I think maybe that might be number 6. Pitching is pitching constantly from your page. It's a no-no. Selling is repelling. People love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. So you can't be just spamming links on your page all day. People love to buy, but they hate being sold to. Nobody gets on Facebook and say, oh, wait, let me get on Facebook and see what I can buy today. Nobody does that. So what you got to do is work on your mindset and figure out a way to become valuable in those people's eyes. Valuable, engaging content. Thank you. So you definitely have to be careful about that, because your profile, it's like your TV show, but your posts or your commercial. Basically you have your own little online world right here on Facebook. So your profile is like the TV show, and your posts, those are the commercials. But you don't want to have commercial after commercial after commercial, because what do people do when the commercials come on television? They change the channel. It's the same with Facebook. So those are the main, very, very key things to not do. All right. Let's see. All right, so branding the profile. We're gonna go to branding the profile. So like I said, you wanna look like a leader, because if you look like a leader, you get treated like a leader. And I will definitely be changing my cover back soon, but I had to pay that tribute to Kobe. So that's, like I said, that's another thing that actually you can start conversations with also. So it's actually another algorithm hack. Because you can start building relationships with people off of these profile pic captions and your cover photo caption. And I said, remember, you can always put your links in these captions too. It kind of turns your Facebook page right into a sales funnel. But we'll get deeper in that on a different training. But that's key, because you can get a lot of free leads and a lot of free sales that way. All right, so yeah, I think it says you want to look like a leader, because if you look like a leader, you get treated like a leader. You want to look like what you want to attract. People are silently begging to be led, but they'll never admit it. I'll say that again. People are silently begging to be led, but they'll never admit it. And what I say earlier, the two things that most people are missing online is positioning and authority. And once you master those, mastering this algorithm will be a piece of cake. So section 3, I believe, this is how to post, right? So there's about almost 30 types of posts we're gonna go over real quick. And most of them are self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna go into, but we can definitely do a deeper dive on your follow-ups. So the first type of post would be the value post. And that's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you want to become a person of value. People are silently begging to be led. So you want to be the leader. So after the value post is the results post. Another one that's self-explanatory. What can you provide? What problem do you solve? Right, the next post would be the curiosity post. It's self-explanatory right there. You just want to pique interest and go. Next post would be your trivia. People love sharing tidbits of knowledge, a lot of times useless knowledge, and it causes a lot of engagement. I know sometimes I feel like I have a lot of worthless knowledge floating around in my head, right? So those types of posts cause me to engage, and a lot of other people to engage with them when they strike a nerve with the trivia. Those are really, really high engaging types of posts. The lifestyle posts, if you go on vacation, you might want to take a picture of the plane or the beach, or whatever, you go out to eat, take a picture of your meal. Just kind of showing people how you live, because like I said, people join people, not companies. People join people, not companies. People join people, not companies. You have to get a little bit of that lifestyle, showing what you can provide. Excuse me. All right, and the next post, probably my favorite, is the story. Facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. Very self-explanatory. You can tell your story. You can tell a story of what happened today, that day, or the previous day, or the previous week, previous year, whatever. Tell somebody else's story. But facts tell, stories sell. And your next post is the hard pitch. That's very self-explanatory. Kind of like just saying, hey, join my team. You know, you can do that, but it's a method to the madness, and we're going to run through it now. Very self-explanatory on that. And you can have a soft pitch also, you know. You can have like a private group like I got for this Rules of Engagement Academy. So that could be a soft pitch, join my group. So you're not really selling, or my free group, you know, you're not really selling anything. So the next post would be the funny post. People love to laugh. Those things get a lot of engagement, especially if something that's very timely, like the real timely funny posts. They tend to go viral really quickly sometimes. You know, I think you got about 3 hours. If a post doesn't go viral after about 3 hours, you know it's not going to go viral. But you can definitely go viral with a funny post, especially if it's very timely. All right, so you got inspiration and motivation, which is pretty much the same thing, but not really the same thing. So, give me 1 second. Like everybody got a message. If you like what you got so far, let me get a 7 in the chat. If you like what you got so far, let me get a 7 in the chat. Did I see the chat? Okay, I see a 7. I was about to say, what am I doing? Do I go to, let me put him to sleep? All right, so the next post will be the big reveal. That's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you could share a video or image post of your product and kind of hype it up, focusing on the benefits. And then you want to have a call to action. All these posts, you definitely want to have a call to action at the end. Send me a DM or a comment below. You know, you definitely want to have a comment, call to action. So the next post will be the third-party post. You can have a third-party. Yeah, excuse me. I live right by the train tracks. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, the third-party post, you can have a product or either income from a third party, and basically you don't want to mention the name of your company. Like I said earlier, people don't care about your company. They care about whatever problem you can solve, especially in the MLMs. You don't want to be mentioning names of companies. And furthermore, a lot of people will see the name of your company, and then the first thing they do is go hit Google. And then once they hit Google, they see, what's the guy's name? The Vanderbilt guy making all the scam videos. They go straight to YouTube. And if they make it past that, they'll find somebody in that company that's actually killing the comp plan and smashing it, and join them instead of joining you. So you want to stay away from screaming your company's name like that. You definitely want to keep that a secret. But that's a little another training. All right, so next will be basically self-explanatory. It could be about products or services, benefit. The benefit post is actually the next post, benefit post. It's pretty self-explanatory. The accomplishment post. You know, if you accomplish some type of milestone in your company, definitely make a post about that. The encouragement post, people love being encouraged. People out there going through things, and you definitely want to connect with people on a personal level, because people buy emotionally and they justify with logic later. People buy emotionally and they justify with logic later. People buy emotionally and they justify with logic later. So you definitely want to empathize with people if you want to be a great salesman or saleswoman. You have to have empathy. And the best way to show your empathy is by the encouragement post. So next we have the commitment post. That's pretty simple. It's basically tell the world how committed you are to a goal, pretty much self-explanatory there. Before and after post, and this is good for y'all that's in the health and wellness industry. I know a lot of people that's in that industry, and that's all they post. I'm not sure how good that works for them, but the before and after posts do work. The excitement post is basically self-explanatory. Again, you just basically tell them you're so excited, and you just go into a story about why you're so excited. Then next we have the event post. A lot of people going on company events right now. I see a lot of people in Vegas right now. My timeline, the event posts get a lot of engagement. Question posts. We definitely want to post questions. Questions, multiple questions, and you could actually answer questions. You might have a couple of people in your inbox asking the same thing. So, that might be an issue that you need to address. And what better way to do it than on a Facebook post? Just because apparently those other people need that same information. Okay, so the next post will be tips. People love tips. And it's pretty self-explanatory, but that also helps to position you as an authority in the back of people's mind, because you can give somebody 5 tips on, a way that you leveled up in your company. That's going to make you look like the leader that you need to look like for people to join you, because sales is all psychology. So marketing is by default. And I said earlier, people buy emotionally and they justify with logic. This is not my opinion. It's a scientific fact. All right, so next we will have the behind the scenes. It's a great way to build your tribe on social media. People love being a part of a tribe. It's in our DNA. So if you can go behind the scenes on something that you're working on, that's a great way to build some engagement and build some rapport with your audience. Get some of that know, like, trust factor built up. Start closing these sales. All right, so the next post is the interview. Either you can be interviewed or you can do the interview. That's really up to you. Those things get a lot of engagement, and that's basically cross marketing. So you get exposed to a whole new audience. Can't lose with that. So next, the next post would be to highlight a customer or a teammate of the month. So you kind of give them some recognition on your page. Shout them out. That kind of puts some more eyeballs on your opportunity. It makes people that might be watching you and doubting you, now they see somebody else they don't even know making some big strides in a company, that comes back to you. Building relationships with these people. Okay, the next one would be the attention grabbing statistics. So for some strange, well, not strange, but for some logical reason, when people hear statistics that are not what they expected, they tend to pump their brakes, and they definitely want to check it out, and they're more likely to be likely to offer their opinion and engage with your post because it's so intriguing. So the next one would be the contest of promotion. You can run a contest on your page. You have to be careful with that. You don't want to be what they call baiting people to share your page or share a link. You don't want to do any baiting, but you still can run contests and giveaways, promotions on your page. And the next post would be the shout out to the influencers. That's really huge. If you got somebody that's kind of like really doing some big things online and your audience doesn't really know what you really got going on yet, and they see that you shout out some big influencer, they go check their page out and see that person got, thousands and thousands of followers or whatever, that brings a lot of eyeballs back to you. So it's always a good one. And then those people always get a lot of engagement. So it'll kind of trickle down and give you some engagement as well. Let's see. Okay, so the last one we're going to talk about is the go live. And that's going to lead right into our next section. When you go live, it just it really helps to open up the algorithm for you, because that's the most engaging way for people to engage with you on Facebook now. Everybody gets on Facebook, and by the time they make their post, next thing you know, they're stuck watching some viral video, because video is so engaging. So you definitely want to go live, because that's number one in the hierarchy of the way Facebook ranks their content in the algorithm. A live video gets the most engagement. And number two in that hierarchy would be posts that have images like this right here. You see this post I made. It's actually, I shared a memory. And then memories don't get really any engagement, so I don't really share them on my page too much. But sometimes I just want to share one. But for some reason, they don't get any engagement at all. But if that was just the regular image, if I had, just posted this image again by itself without sharing the memory, and had a nice caption in the text, about 40 characters, then I would probably get a lot of engagement, because that's the second ranking in the engagement hierarchy. Number three would be posts with a background. If you notice on my page, you'll rarely see a post that post right here didn't get a whole lot of engagement, because I really don't talk about sports on my page. And I was watching the dunk contest last night, so I posted about it. But that's all in part of building your tribe as well. You got to show people all sides of you. So that was a very strategic post. And it got about 9 people that didn't know that I like, watching dunk contests, just commented on my post. I mean, they just reacted to my post. So now those are people that I could actually start building relationships with and start either recruiting or getting referrals from them. most of my posts with backgrounds like this usually get at least 100 likes. I got quite a few of them with over 200 and a couple with over 300. See, I always use the background, and I never really use the same one in a row. There's so many of them, so you definitely want to switch them up. So the next, number 4 in the algorithm is posts with just the caption, with no background, no image, just a regular text post. So those are the ones that don't really get a whole lot of engagement. So number 1, again, I'll recap it. Number 1 is the live video. Number 2 will be the image with a caption. Number 3, you always want to put a caption on the image. And you could also, you definitely want to use those apps I was telling you about, like Canva. When you post the images, you can actually download some apps like Canva and PixArt or Snapseed. Got a few more too that you could actually use to do your graphics and kind of set yourself apart. So you definitely want to brand yourself, and that's a good way to do it. The post with the caption is the last in the ranking. Just a regular text post. All right, so next we're going to talk about how to find eager and ready to buy people. So you have to ask yourself, what problem does my offer solve? You know, I was talking about that earlier. We're here to solve problems as entrepreneurs. That's what we do. So ask yourself, what problem does my offer solve, and where are the people that need that? You want to ask yourself those 2 questions. And I can tell you right now that the answer to that question is they're in the Facebook groups. And prime evidence was a couple weeks ago, the Super Bowl. They had a Super Bowl commercial advertising Facebook groups. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will. So what you do is you want to join as many groups as possible. I think I'm in right at 600 groups. I know that sounds crazy, but there's no limit to the number of groups you can join. So I advise you to join as many groups as possible, and not just business groups, not just marketing or affiliate marketing or MLM. All those groups are good to join because that's where your target market is. You definitely want to start adding people that are in those types of groups. And when you get in the groups, the way that you really stand out is, instead of going there spamming links everywhere like everybody else, what you want to do is go in there and position yourself as an authority. So when you see those posts with all those 200-300 links on them, instead of dropping your link on there, you want to get on that post and add some value. That way you start to stand out. And then the next thing you know, you end up with one of those badges. Those badges are key to unlocking the algorithm, because once inside a group, if you get a badge, you have the option to get the visual storyteller badge. You can have the conversation starter badge. Then, of course, the admins and the moderators have badges as well. So what you do is, when you have a badge in the group, you stand out. You look like a leader, and people will start to look up to you and come to you. So you want to go in there and start dropping value posts, and then you get more eyeballs on you inside the groups. And then those are the types of people that you want to reach out to and add. And then when they add you, some of them going to add you, some of them going to follow you. You're going to start getting followers that way because people love hanging out in Facebook groups. So that's where you have to start to build these relationships. And not only do you want to join the business groups, you also want to join any kind of group that interests you. It's, groups that, that will be one of your hobbies, something that you like to do in your spare time, something that you used to do. Like, you have groups for everything. And what you do is when you get in those groups, you actually provide value to the group regarding whatever that group is about. It doesn't have to be about business at all. It could be a car group. You go on YouTube and, you find some videos about cars, you share it in the group. You don't share it on your page, you share it in the group because that's what the group wants. You're providing value to the group. And it has nothing to do with your business, but it's helping get eyeballs on you. The more eyeballs you get on you, the more people that's going to start sending your friend requests and the more followers you're going to get. Because you got to be careful about the people you add. You want to add only people that are active on Facebook and people that are engaging on Facebook. There's no need to have 5,000 friends on your page and only 500 of them ever engage with you. That means you got 4,500 people hurting your algorithm score. So it's best to have a small number of highly engaging friends than 4,000 or 5,000 friends who never engage with your content. So if you ever see people that's not in engagement, it's because they have non-active, non-engaging people on their friends list. That is major to breaking this algorithm open. You have to eliminate the dead weight. Eliminate the dead weight. They gotta go. I don't care if it's family, friends, whatever. And you could also, if you don't want to get rid of them, if it's some, family or whatever, what you can also do to tweak your news feed is unfollow people, or you can snooze them for 30 days. I do a lot of snoozing. When I get to see people that's just putting stuff out there I really don't want to see, I'll snooze them in a heartbeat. Or if it's somebody who I'm not going to unfriend, I'll unfollow them in a heartbeat because I don't want to see it. That's very, very major. Definitely want to clean up your news feed because you want to have only positive going into your mind. You don't want to have a bunch of junk on your news feed cluttering your brain. So that's kind of like you wouldn't want to go to Asia right now because it's, coronavirus is everywhere, whatever. So why would you let somebody attack you in that same way with their negativity in their life because they like to put it on Facebook and have that junk on your news feed? So you have to be careful about what you take in. So again, the Facebook groups and the pages also, you can also get badges on the page. You can get the top fan badge. So you definitely want to follow people that's really stand out, like as leaders and entrepreneurs, like people like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone. If you're in network marketing, you probably know Eric Worre, king of network marketing. You definitely want to follow these types of people. Boyce Watkins, anybody who knows business and they got a large following, you want to follow them and you want to engage on their posts because you can also get badges as top fans. And those people are going to start to look at you as a leader And then now you get to start building relationships with people that's already business minded. You know, that's another key. You know, you always want to have, especially if you're in the MLM, you want to have as many business minded friends on your page as possible, people that you don't have to convince that network marketing is a better way. You know, they've already made up their mind. So you definitely want to have those type of people on your list. People that's going to be highly engaged, people that you can build relationships with, people that take action. So yeah, you want to follow those high profile pages and find the most engaging people, send them friend requests, add those types of people to your page. And you can add up to about 15 to 25 people about 3 times a day. The best time to add people is in the morning, because like I said, that's when everybody's on Facebook for the most part. So you can put out a good morning post and then add some people. And that way they're pretty sure they're going to see that first post you make. And then when you add these people, you want to connect with them right away, not necessarily with them fairly soon, because the sooner you do, the sooner the algorithm can work in your favor. You know, if Facebook sees that you actually send these people messages and they actually respond to your messages, then they're going to start showing them your content in the newsfeed. So you got to add people, and you got to send them messages. And we're going to get a little deeper into that in a second. As a matter of fact, yeah, it's coming up right now. So, and as far as the people you want to add, definitely want to add people from the US, the UK, Canada, Europe, pretty much anywhere in the West, you know, because those people definitely have money to join you or, you know, buy your products. You know, you can add people in Africa. I love Africa as my people. But, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on over there, a lot of poverty over there. So you have to be careful depending on what your product or service is. I mean, you got a lot of people running scams out of there too, to be honest. So you got to be careful with that. But yeah, so next section, the inbox formula. So what you do is when you add these people, you introduce yourself. Hey, and you always want to use their name. For some reason, people's favorite word is their name. So the first time you make the inbox connection, you definitely want to use their name. It's one of those psychological factors that we were talking about earlier. And you, after you say their name, you say, hey, Rita, or hey, Terry, thanks for connecting. You know, hopefully we can help each other. You know, you just help, we can be of value to each other. Come up with something that, you know, sounds like you. You know, you don't want to necessarily have a script to follow, but like a framework. So you definitely want to make a quick, you know, introduction. Do not spam links. You know, when you first add people, I hate people always inbox me. Like I get tons of inboxes every day. Next thing you know, it's like before they even say anything, I got a 10-paragraph pitch with links everywhere on it. I'm like, next. Because I know they're just trying to sell me something, you know. The vibe hate to be sold to. So you definitely don't want to come off as salesy. You want to be a servant. So yeah, you basically say, hey Terry, thanks for connecting. Hopefully we can be of value to each other. Tell me more about what you do. And definitely, as a matter of fact, instead of saying, tell me more about what you do is you actually do a little research and tell me more about, and whatever what you do is, you make sure you mention it so that they know that you've actually done some homework on them. So you don't say, tell me more about what you do. You say, tell me more about working in the hospital, if they work in the hospital. I'm pretty sure you pick up what I'm putting down, right? So after they say, you know, whatever it is that they do, say, okay, awesome. That's awesome. You always want to assume awesome. Always. I don't care what they say. I don't care if it's something crazy. You just say, okay, that's awesome. You know, personally, I've been, and then you tell them a little bit about what you do. And then you ask them, would that be of value? So it's basically like your elevator pitch. But you got to have it in a nutshell. You don't want to have a whole lot of words because people's attention spans are real short. And that way, if it's a yes, you know what to do. You send them your link, send them your website or whatever. And if it's a no, you move on. But you don't necessarily want to delete them from your page. You want to keep them on. You want to build a relationship with them because who knows how you can be of value to them down the line or vice versa. A lot of people get mad after they try to pitch somebody and they turn them down and they get rid of them because they don't know how to sell. They don't know how to close sales. So they don't realize that, referrals are even better than direct sales sometimes. Because that referral could be 10 times that one sale. So they don't think like that because, they're in the wrong mind frame. That's a whole nother training. So after they say yes, you say, okay, go ahead and check out the info in detail so you can see if it's a match. It's always gonna make the offer. People love options. So you don't want to come off too pushy. So you ask them, to check it out and see if it's a match. And there's only usually a few reasons why people will say no. And it's usually your profile isn't branded well enough. Either you're adding the wrong people or your elevator pitch sucks. So that's definitely something we do on a deeper training, on the follow-up, but we're not going to go too deep into that. All right, so the Lucky 7 method. I call it the Lucky 7 method. What you do is, remember I said you want to be adding people every day. So you want to pick 7 people, and then you want to wish them a happy birthday or a happy anniversary, or just make up some little small, simple message and post it on that wall. And I like to say the happy birthday one because especially if you use your laptop, you get to see everybody's birthday right there on the notification. So you can pick out 7 people every day and you post on that wall every day. Different people, not the same people. So you're going to take 7 more people and you're going to send them this message right here we just went over and introduce yourself. Start building relationships with these people. So you're going to do 7 walls. You're going to do 7 intros to the inbox. So you're going to take 7 more people and you're going to check their story out. And when you see their story, you're going to make a comment on their story. Or you're going to react to the story. You can give them a heart or a laugh or whatever, but you want to react to the story. Because what happens is Facebook sees you interacting with these people through Messenger. And they start interacting back with you. They're going to start showing those people your content. Showing them what they're doing. So that's what's going to happen. So you're going to do 7 walls, 7 messages, and 7 stories every day. You're going to rotate. And like I said, you want to add about 15 to 25 people at least once a day. I recommend doing it about 3 times a day at the most because you don't want to be adding too many people too fast because you can get penalized. And the number that I come up with is about 15 to 25. And you'll be safe. And that is basically your daily method of operation, which is the next section. So what you want to do with your DMO, what we call a DMO, your daily method of operation, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do the Lucky 7 method every day. And you're going to also, not going to stop engaging on people's posts. Oh yeah, you want to make 7 comments at least 7 times a day. It's also part of the Lucky 7 method. So you want to take 7 people. You're going to comment on 7 people's posts. You're going to do that at least 7 times a day, at least 7 times a day. And I say that because I don't know how many people you have. You might have 1,000 people. You might have 5,000 people. So that's a bare minimum. So what you do, you want to engage on every post on your timeline. And you want to make sure if you engage on the post, not only just hit the heart or the like, but leave a comment. Because the more you do that, the higher you're going to score in the algorithm. So what you want to do is the message blueprint and warm up the algorithm in the morning. And then you want to drop a value post or a good morning post. Definitely those will get a lot of engagement as well. And then you do your message blueprint. And once you do that, you go back later on and you engage with that post that you made in the morning. And it'll actually start to boost back up in your algorithm because the first 10 to 20 minutes of that post is the most crucial. So you don't want to post unless you have at least 30 minutes to an hour, I recommend, to engage because you want to engage at least 15, 30 minutes before you post. And then after you post, you want to have another 15, maybe even 30 minutes to engage with that same post because that's the most crucial time. What's going to happen is you want to respond to every person that comments on that post. You want to reply to that person. And I see a lot of people reply twice, but that's not very authentic. So I don't teach that. But I definitely teach you want to reply to each person because if Facebook sees you not engaging back with the I see that a lot of people make that mistake. So every person that comments on your post, you need to comment back because it's just common courtesy. So another little nugget, you can, most posts run for about 12 to 24 hours. So what sometimes you can do is leave a few of them blank for the next morning if you're not going to make a post. But you can comment, or if a post is doing pretty good, you can leave a few of them unanswered and then wake up the next morning and start responding to the 2, 3, 4 that you left unanswered. And it'll start circulating throughout the people's news feeds again. And then you can start getting a whole bunch of more comments and engagement on that same post if it's one that's already proven to be doing well. If you got a post that's doing good, I would advise you not to post again that day. Or if you do, wait till you stop getting engagement for at least an hour, maybe 2, and then post. So you definitely want to post in the morning about 3 times a day. That's what worked for me. I would post in the morning, I would post in the afternoon, and I would post in the evening or at night because I know my audience, those are their hours. You know, everybody's audience not necessarily going to be that way, but that's something you have to play by ear. But you have to know your audience. You have to know your audience. All right, so some more little cool tricks. Once you get inside the groups, if you can find a piece of viral content, share it in the group. You know, a specific interest group. It doesn't have to have anything to do with business. But you share a piece of viral content in a group that's focused on that type of content, and it can go viral inside a group. And you get, I had a piece of, I had a link that I shared inside a group to an article, and I was getting notifications for that link for at least a week. People were sharing it every day. I had about at least 50 or 60 shares of that one little link. I didn't write any caption on it or anything, but it was just a piece of viral content. And I shared it in that group, and it got about 60 shares just out of that group alone. And that gave me about a good 50 to 100 extra followers, I believe, by itself. Because I was sharing content that was valuable to the group. It had nothing to do with my business, but it gained me about 50, at least about 50 followers. And it's another good way to get a badge in a group because, you know, a lot of people say that, okay, he shares good content. Now you get a conversation starter badge or a visual storyteller badge. Now people are going to be taking note of you and you're going to stand out. You have to stand out. You have to tell your story. You have to be yourself. You know, you're talking about sales, which is this whole training is about. You know, at the end of the day, you want to have the engagement, at least the sales. So, and the way to do that is you have to focus on being interested, not interesting. You have to listen to people. If you listen to people, they'll tell you what they want. So you have to stand out. You have to stand out in groups. You have to stand out. You have to provide value. You know, there's a reason that when you go to the doctor, and they hand you that prescription, you go straight to the pharmacist. You don't ask questions. You know, it's because that doctor has position, that doctor has authority. And that's what you have to have. Once you get that, this algorithm will be no problem. So you have to solve problems and become a lead magnet. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention earlier, comments. Comments are like business cards. So you have to take that mind frame on. Every time somebody comments on your post, you have to think of them as somebody you can eventually serve. So you have to be interested. Stop worrying about being interested. That way people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And that's the way you build up that know, like, and trust factor. When people know that you care about them. It's not about making a sale. Once you master that, people will give you their money. No problem. But you have to stop selling and start marketing. You have to stop selling, stop marketing. Okay, yeah, I'm going to talk about the 4 C's of social media success also. And the first C is create. We talked about that earlier. You have to create valuable content. Create valuable, engaging content. And you do that by being interested. And there's actually a website. Let me see if I can find this website real quick. Give me 1 second. It's called answerthepublic.com. Answerthepublic.com. That website alone right there is a content machine. You should never have to even think about running out of content because you go on that site and it will basically tell you what the public wants to know. I mean, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. So you want to create valuable, engaging content. The next C is connect. You have to connect with your audience. You have to know your audience. You have to pay attention to who you're adding. You have to add like-minded people. And you have to get to know them. And so they will get to know you, and they will get to like you, and they will get to trust you. And sooner or later, they'll be throwing money at you. But you have to do it right. There's a formula. All right, so the next C, communicate, which is what I was just talking about. You have to have communication skills. That's an art form. That's a science. And, you know, we can get deeper in that on another call. But it's definitely a skill set that you have to have, communication. And the last C is close. And it's kind of doesn't surprise me. You see, I got this right here. There's 8 steps to a perfect close. That's another training. There's another training. Okay, so shout out to my coach, Azik Ali, the Kaizen Academy. Had to do that real quick. But yeah, so create, connect, communicate, and close. Those are the 4 C's of social media success. You can do that, you can make money online. Oh yeah, so when it comes to engaging, comments have to be relevant. You have to have relevant comments. If somebody is in mourning, you don't want to come on the post talking about Happy Friday. Nobody want to hear that. You have to pay attention to people. You have to have relevant comments, authentic comments, no baiting. If Facebook even thinks that you're thinking about baiting, you post a comment, share, all that. That was so 2000 and whatever. Those days are over. You have to have authentic, relevant engagement and comments. And oh yeah, I forgot to say when you're making a post, you want to use emojis. Facebook algorithms loves emojis. And the number that I come up with is about 5 or 6. You don't want to use any more about 5 or 6 emojis in a post. Or at least that's what works for me. But emojis are important. And also, any new feature, anytime Facebook comes out with a new feature, you definitely want to check it out and use it, because the more you use their new features, the better your algorithm score is going to be. They love to know that you like that little new whatever of the month, that new flavor of the month. So you definitely want to use emojis and all the new bells and whistles Facebook has coming out. Oh yeah, another way, another little trick, you can comment and follow up on viral videos. Remember I was telling you could share viral videos in the groups. Well, you have the video feed where you can just watch videos. Well, you can find those viral videos. And if you're a funny person, you make some funny comments on there. Next thing you know, you got a few hundred people, on a viral video that saw your comment. And I guarantee you some of those people will come back to your page and check you out. Next thing you know, you got, more friend requests and followers because you commented on a viral video and you followed up. When you get the notifications, you'll get those notifications forever sometimes. So you can keep getting engagement like that. And then if those types of people that you feel are like-minded, you send them a request if they're active and engaging. Those are the types of people that some people that they just hang out in a group. You don't see nothing on their page. Some people, they hang out watching those viral videos. So that's another way, but you have to do your homework. So you want to get in the groups, engage in the groups, and add value in the group. Don't be going in them groups spamming links like everybody else. That's what amateurs do. We call them spamateurs. You don't want to be a spamateur. You want to go in there and be an authority. Go in there and plant your flag. No baiting. So you want to add content to quotes. I see a lot of people use motivational quotes, and that's good. Those things get a lot of you must add your own to it because sometimes you get tired of seeing that. Especially a lot of times people copy and paste and steal people's posts, and that really gets on my nerve because I have a journalism background, so that's pretty much plagiarism if you ask me, right? And it's also just tacky marketing. I don't condone it. I don't teach it. And you won't see me stealing people's posts. Every now and then you'll see me share a post from somebody and I'll tag them in it. I won't even share it on my page. I'll just copy and paste the post. Then I'll put their name at the bottom. I'll give them their credit. That's just the journalist in me. Oh yeah, another a high engagement post would be the congratulations. I meant to write that down. I meant to tell y'all to write that down earlier, but the congratulations post, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, when you write congratulations on Facebook, it I forget what you call it, but it turns to the bright colors, and you can send it. It has like a party going off, right? The balloons flying, and it makes the noise or whatever. So anytime Facebook comes out with something like that, we want to use it because that tends to get a lot of engagement. So those congratulations posts actually, they get a lot of engagement. I just made one the other day. It was kind of like showing a side of me that I don't normally show, talking trash, right? But it got a pretty good bit of engagement on it. And another nugget, Friday between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., whatever your time, whatever your time zone has been proven to be the high engaging time to post on Facebook. For some reason, I guess when people get off that long work week, that Friday, between 7 and 9, they have a time to check Facebook. So that's what has been proven to be the highest engaging time frame. Let's see, a couple more nuggets for you. So when it comes to content, you definitely want to do research and gather your data, and perform your analysis. People will tell you, the market will tell you what it wants, but you have to do your research. And when you get a piece of good content that gets a lot of engagement, use it again. Sometimes I'll post something and then post it again about a month later, after it kind of wears off. Nobody really paying attention. Maybe a month or two later sometimes. I have, this is another nugget. You want to plan your posts. I probably have over 200 posts already copied and pasted to a notepad in my phone. My battery was charging. I would show it to you, but yeah, I have about at least 200 posts already planned out, copied and pasted to my phone. And I suggest you do the same. You want to plan your content. There's so many different ways to get content. I already gave you a website. It's basically giving you content. You can, anywhere you go, any picture you take, anything you do can be a piece of content. You just have to adjust your mind frame. Like, you should be into personal development, reading books. So when you get up in the morning, you read a few, you get inspired for the day. You take those quotes and put your own twist on them. That's content for the day. So Facebook wants you to make authentic connections, basically. And you should be making them every day. You should be adding people every day. You should be getting rid of people every day. That's what I teach. That's what I recommend. That's what's really going to get your algorithm popping. Okay. I believe we are done. Let me check. Oh yeah, one more nugget. I think I have one more nugget. When you get into Facebook groups, you can also join the Facebook group as your business page. Now that's one of the newer features. Like I said, you definitely want to use all the new features that come out. And that's one of the newer ones. I think that might be a year old or so. I might be a little off. But yeah, you definitely want to join the groups as your business page. You can comment in the group as your business page. That will get traffic back to your business page, especially if you got a website attached. Now you're talking about your funnel, basically your sales funnel. So you can have cross-promoting, cross-marketing across these different channels, leading back to your whatever autoresponder you have, whatever email service you have, So you're talking about housing leads, and that's definitely another training. But you want to You want to be growing your audience. You know, they used to say the money's in the list. Well, I say the money's in the audience, you know, because social media is taking over. But you definitely want to take inventory because social media, you don't own social media pages. You definitely have to think about having your own digital real estate, and keeping up with people's emails and phone numbers and stuff like that. But that's another training. I don't want to get too deep off in the down the rabbit hole. All right. Oh yeah, I meant to speak on the comfort curve. So the comfort curve, really quick. That's a piece of information I got from one of my favorite coaches. Comfort curve. You know, that's what separates sales masters from sales disasters. You know, like I said, selling is repelling. People don't want to be sold to, so stop pitching. If your page should not look like a commercial. So what you do is you have to use the comfort curve because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And what the comfort curve is basically, you have to have the posture of a friend because people love a servant. Everybody hates a beggar, but a friend serves a purpose, a real friend, a true friend. So you have to have the posture of a friend. And once you have the posture of a friend, you can take inventory of whatever these people need, and you can provide the service for them. So that's the first P of the comfort curve. There's actually 2 more P's, but I won't get into that right now. That's deeper training. But yeah, that's how you make connections. You have to be a friend. If you need a friend, you gotta be a friend. So that's the posture you have to have. Everybody loves a servant. Nobody loves a salesman or a beggar. And then a beggar is somebody who's just begging for a sale. All right, so yeah, rearrange your words. Stop selling. Stop marketing. Learn how to do that. Reach out to me. You can definitely get a lot more done doing it that way. So I believe. Oh yeah, one more nugget. The 2-part post. Got to mention that earlier. So it's basically like the big reveal, but you can break it up into 2 posts. Kind of do like a cliffhanger. That was a good one to get a lot of engagement. The cliffhanger post. So I hope you got something out of this training. You know, I believe, you know, the training that we just went over will prepare you to get out here in this sales battlefield, start winning. Really, we've been going almost an hour and a half. I said we're gonna try to keep it at an hour, but I believe that's gonna conclude the training. We have some time for Q&A. I'll let you unmute your mics, and we can start Q&A. Let me check the chat. I see the chat. Thank you. This was good. I appreciate that, Ms. Moore. Well, let them know when you get back in the group. Tag me in the post. Yeah, you definitely gonna have to catch the replay, get the nuggets. I know you was driving. Yeah, and this trust and believe. I'm still learning and still testing and still, you know, doing what I can to tweak this training. So that's why I say y'all can definitely hop back on anytime, but definitely gonna get 2 free one-on-one, you know, follow-ups, so I can make sure that you are applying everything I taught you. I hope everybody came open as a vessel, so I could pour into you what's been poured into me. This is my calling. I love this, and I know it works because it worked for me. It's not gonna work overnight, but I promise you, with patience, it'll work. This time last year, I think I had about 200 followers. Now I'm well over 1,000. So at that rate, I have 10,000 followers in no time using this training. I believe you'll do the same. So any more questions? Any more feedback? I mean, any questions? Feel free to drop them in the comments. That was awesome. Can't wait to implement, begin teaching. That's right. Hey, that's the only way we keep it. Each one teach one. That's right. I love it. So did you get your money worth? Do I owe you double your money back? I covered everything. Did I? I probably didn't. You know, I'm so hard on myself. And, you know, like I said, this is just the basic, really basic training right here. And it's already like almost an hour and a half. But yeah, we can get really deep on some of this stuff. And if you want to.
I do have a question real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
If I'm not getting a lot of background noise.
Yeah, you still got a little noise. We sound a little better.
Yeah, okay. So, so most of my engagement on my post, on my page, you know, regarding my son, I try to keep my business stuff on my personal page, on my business page. So I think what I need is how do I flip my personal stuff and then kind of throw in some of the, you know, some of my business stuff. Because I'm in the sports, I coach football. Most females don't coach football. So that has been
right.
engagement. Plus my son is getting, you know, offers from D1 schools. So those have been getting lots and lots of engagement. So how do how do I take advantage of that? I don't know how to flip that to my advantage.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you better than I could before. I'm gonna do inbox me, and we'll go deeper. We'll do the deeper dive on that. Like I said, you get 2 free follow-ups, so we'll handle that on the follow-up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the page a little bit more because I seen that. I see you getting a lot of engagement on those football posts for your son. So I'm gonna check your page out a little bit more and do an audit. And then we'll do the follow-up, and I'll be able to direct you a little better on that. That sound good?
Yes, thank you.
All right. And you can actually use a lot of this on your business page too. You know, it's going to work different with the algorithm, but it's the same type of mindset. You know, this basically is psychology, sales is psychology, so marketing is by default. So all this stuff really works for the business page too, but this is really for the personal profile, to turn your personal profile into a lead generating machine, because, you know, I feel like, you know, they say, well, technically it's against the rules to run a business from your Facebook, your personal page. But my personal belief is Facebook is making money off your personal page, so why shouldn't you? You know, there's a method to the madness. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And I believe I just taught y'all that, you know, this is how it's done. This is how the leaders do it, the 6 and 7 figure earners, the 8 figure earners. This is how they're doing it. So this is how I teach it. But any more questions? How was tonight's training? 1 to 10. Let me see it in the chat, and we can get out of here. I see a 10. I covered so much, right? Yeah, like I said, that was just really the surface. We got a whole lot more deeper dives to go, and I can definitely take you guys on as one-on-one coaches. I can give you training on closing, objection killers, irresistible offers, law of attraction. There's so much that, you know, it really, really takes this to a whole nother level. So definitely don't be afraid to reach out to me. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got you. We're definitely gonna get together on that. So yeah, just go ahead and get ready to watch this replay. It's probably gonna take an hour or two to upload. I'll drop it in the chat. I appreciate y'all for coming out and being a vessel I can pour into. And with that, we will shut her down. Y'all have a blessed night.